All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another post-fight discussion video. Okay, y'all, so a few of y'all wanted me to go back and talk about this fight. Y'all wanted to know my thoughts on it, and y'all just wanted me to talk about it just to really put it on the spot and ask that question again. What was the logic in signing this fighter to the UFC? Norma Dumont versus Danyelle Wolf. All right, y'all. I mean, y'all know what it is. I mean, y'all saw what happened. Norma Dumont went in there and took Danyelle Wolf to MMA school. That's what she did, man. Dumont took Wolf to school on what MMA striking is, what it is in there. I mean, Dumont, she used all 3 rounds to do just about everything in the book to Danyelle Wolf as far as, working on the feet, the kickboxing, the boxing, the grappling, the clinch fighting, the jiu-jitsu. She was doing it all. The only thing she lacked in this fight was the finish. She almost got the finish a couple of times in the second round. But, other than that, I mean, she just took this fighter to school in Danyelle Wolf, this boxer to school, And that's why I've been talking about to y'all in these live streams. Like, anytime whenever a boxer needs to make that transition to MMA, or they're going to make that transition to MMA, they got to understand that boxing is one thing and MMA striking is another. Even the upper body part, even the hands alone is it's a different animal. Not even counting the kicks, but just pure boxing is totally different than MMA striking. I mean, Danyelle Wolf, she's had an extensive career in boxing. She's a national Golden Gloves champion. She had, I think, over 30, 40 fights, but she wasn't necessarily like even the best boxer in the world and never really had any crazy power. She's big, she's strong, but outside of that, I never really seen her as like this big threat or this talented, gifted fighter that you could sign off for one fight. You know what I mean? Like a fight that she barely won over a blown up bantamweight in Tanisha Tennant, right? So other than that, I mean, to me, there was really nothing that was saying, hey, we need to get this fighter over here ASAP. I mean, there's other fighters, which I'll talk about at the end of this video, that need to be signed, but Danyelle Wolf is not one of them. Let's just be honest. I mean, Norma Dumont is a good fighter, definitely. But I'm not going to say like she's this, green fighter in the featherweight division. I mean, when you start comparing her to like Amanda Nunes, yeah, but Norma Dumont still is like too much, way too much. Even at just 7-2, she's way too much for a fighter like Danyelle Wolf. I mean, she's got 9 fights, right? And she has more experience. I mean, signed the black belt, jiu-jitsu, all of that over this fighter. So when it came down to it, this is how it was going to play out. Norma Dumont was going to outstrike this woman, tear that lead leg up, like I said, when it comes down to the boxing stance, take her down when she wants to and just ground and pound and beat her up however she wants to do it. I mean, right away, looking at the first round, you see the boxing stance of Wolf. Flat-footed, feigning like a boxer. And what I mean feigning like a boxer, it's just like a totally different rhythm than MMA. I've noticed that myself just over the years of watching it, flat-footed and, these shoulder feints that she was doing, it just wasn't throwing Dumont off. Dumont comfortable on the outside, just using her calf kicks. Dumont, on the outside, using her time and controlling the stand-up. A lot of people felt like she was going to get outboxed from here, but after a minute, I was like, you know what, Dumont, she's got this. Dumont has that position on the outside where she was fine. She saw everything coming. She was able to time just about everything. And then as soon as Danyelle Wolf stepped in with a jab, she timed a beautiful right hand over the top, buckled Wolf, and just almost had her out that first round. Actually woke her up with that one. She woke her up with that one. So Dumont, just shifting stances, just throwing her off, shifting stances, just chewing up that lead leg on Danyelle Wolf, just making Danyelle Wolf anxious and trying to run in. Dumont, she ended the round with another good right hand, just outboxing Wolf, just outboxing her because the way she throws her strikes, like I said, they're quick, fast, efficient, and then she's ready to get out. Whereas Danyelle Wolf, she's turning like these complete punches over like a boxer. And even the way she shifted her hips to throw like a front kick every now and then, Norma Dumont sees them coming. She sees all this coming. The second round, Danyelle Wolf, she just eating these leg kicks because, she's just so heavy on the front foot. She's just not quick with it. I mean, she ducked. She was able to, like, pull back from a few of them. But other than that, Dumont's just relaxed, letting them go. And, just controlling that range all the way. Wolf, she's she's trying to throw a few kicks here and there and a few punches, and she lands a few here and there, but she's still just in that boxer mode. And Wolf just can't really get into a groove because, when you keep your feet planted flat like this and, your body just shifted like a boxer, then somebody like Norma Dumont is going to see all that coming. So, Dumont, she switched gears and, she went in for, a good clinch and just started letting knees go to the body, just wearing Wolf down. Then she took her down in the round. Dumont's strength in the clinch was just too much to me, was just too much, in my opinion, for Wolf. Dumont, she's been here too many times, so Wolf didn't really have a chance. Getting back up to the feet from a range, Norma Dumont looked like she was about to end the fight. As Wolf stepped in, she cracked her with a big right hand, knocking her down. Dumont clinched up, just kind of giving her a chance to rest. Actually, Wolf actually had a chance to rest here, but when they separated again, she ended the round with another big knockdown and could have had her out if she just didn't dive in again for her. But yeah, she was beating Danyelle Wolf up at this point. I thought, a stoppage was coming. I thought her corner might have was going to say, okay, you're not ready for this, but they let her come out for the last round. Last round, Dumont, she switched gears and picked Wolf up right at the beginning of minute of the round, picked her up, slammed her on her back, and started showing her the ground game from here, just mauling and beating Wolf up. This round, you're asking, why was she signed? Why was she signed? I mean, from the first round, you were asking, why was Danyelle Wolf signed to the UFC? I mean, Wolf, Norma Dumont did everything in this fight but finish Danyelle Wolf. Dumont did everything but finish her in this fight. I mean, she was just taking her to school, mauling her in half guard, got the full mount, was just beating her down in the corner of the cage. Danyelle Wolf, the look on her face was just like, oh, wow, this is just too much. Just on her back, she had no answer for whatever Dumont was bringing. And that's what Dumont wanted to do in this fight, she said. She wanted to show that she can outstrike her and that her striking is different than what a boxer's bringing to the table. Then she was like, you know what, in the third round, I want to switch it up and take it down to the ground and use my jiu-jitsu, right? So she did what she wanted to do. I think that's a clear, I think that was just what she wanted to do, just get like a clear-cut victory at the same time, give out a lesson to a fighter that's only 1-0. Because I know Norma Dumont had to be asking herself the same question, like, why did they sign this fighter? How did they sign this fighter off of one fight? A lot of people had to be asking that, especially at her age. Like I said, she never did anything to blow anybody out the box and say, oh, wow, she deserves this fight, especially when Dana White thought she lost the fight to Tanisha Tennant. Like, I'm still trying to wrap that around my head here. Like, what was the deal with signing her, So, yeah, Danyelle Wolf, I think from here, there's really nobody she can fight because there's no featherweight division. I mean, what's her name? Dos Santos, maybe her. But even then, she might be able to beat her because she's got power in both hands. You know what I mean? Like, she's an MMA striker. So a fighter like that is still too much for us. I don't know if they want to cut her from here and just say, hey, we made a mistake. I don't know what's on the UFC. But Norma Dumont, with a barren division like this, feels like she's ready for that Nunes title shot at featherweight. And I mean, who are we to argue at this point, right? Because there's there's nobody there for her to fight. She called out Macy Chiasson for a second time, right? I mean, that's a possibility, but I think Macy at 145 would still be problems for her. Macy, even in the Irene Aldana fight, was looking pretty good until she got stopped by, a freak up kick to the liver, right? But other than that, I think Macy Chiasson would still be problems for Norma Dumont. Norma still does some little green things here and there where she pulls back, with the chin wide open, but you can't do that against a much more established striker, So yeah, man, big difference between the boxer and the MMA striker, and I think they still haven't fully transitioned Danyelle Wolf into that striker. And at this age, I don't know if she'll be able to, guys. But yeah, the fight was what it was. I know y'all wanted to hear me talk about it again, but yeah, that's all I got on it. I mean, it was a lesson learned for her, right? Combo Breaker 99. Let me know what y'all thought of the fight. What's next for both fighters, Wolf and Dumont. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm out. Peace.